Hello and welcome to our podcast. I'm April.
And I'm Ruth. Join us as we go
into the library. So this is our podcast. Ruth, welcome to it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, me too. There ain't nothing more important than talking about libraries, right?
There's probably a couple things more important, but,
Not much.
Top 10.
Top 10. I agree.
Top
Okay.
10.
I mean, let's get right into it. Do you want me to talk about the purpose of our podcast?
Love if you did that, April.
Okay.
What are our goals? What's our aim
What are
here?
our goals? I don't know that we don't have like a mission statement. We
Okay.
should have come up with, as is a thing in public libraries, a strategic plan for our podcast.
Yeah, SMEAC.
But we didn't do that. Is that what ours is? What?
Yeah.
Please explain what you just said.
Okay. It's like a military thing. I don't know if it's an American military thing or a Scottish military thing.
Oh.
Because our previous director instituted it and he's from Scotland.
Of course.
So it's like SMEAC, SMEAK. I was like SMEAC.
SMEAC.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
like statement, why you're doing the thing, or like what the thing is that you're trying to do, and then your mission, which is why you're trying to do the thing.
Okay.
And then a couple other letters.
We can skip those. So, okay,
Yeah.
Here's what we're trying to do is make a podcast about public libraries
Uh-huh.
because they're very essential to life.
Yeah.
And
and to
what's-
our lives
specifically to our lives, but also to others, which is why we want to share because
Mhm.
we're sort of the ultimate library supporters. And we benefit from it, I suppose.
Well, so can anyone.
So can anyone. And that's what this podcast is going to be about.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So let's talk about, I guess, our qualifications,
Mhm.
why we are qualified to make a podcast about public libraries. And as we said, our journeys in librarianship.
Uh-huh.
We love to have a journey.
Everybody loves a journey.
So Ruth, can you tell me and our listeners about your journey in librarianship?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been working in libraries in some capacity for like 15 years now, 14, 15.
Damn, Ruth, how old are you?
I guess that is almost half of my life.
Yeah.
Not quite because I am very old, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
I don't remember a point in my life where my end goal wasn't to become a librarian. Like, even as a very young kid, if you asked me what I wanted to be growing up, I would have said a librarian.
Yes.
Or a detective, but that phase actually
That
coincided with librarianship. Like, it was never, like...
You wanted to information seek no matter what.
I did, yeah. I gotta get that info. That's probably why I love gossip so much, too.
Oh,
like, you just
yeah.
gotta know everything.
You know what? And I wanted to be a secretary as a child, which we have talked about, but that's
Yes.
a similar thing. It's
Yeah.
like a secretary is like in the know about everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, that was always my goal. So I went to college with the knowledge that I would at one point have to get a master's degree in library science to accomplish that goal. So I did my undergrad at a small liberal arts college, and I worked in the library there. And then during my last semester there, I got an internship with the public library in the same town, which was the town that I grew up in. So I got to do an internship with the librarian who was my librarian growing up and like ran all the book clubs that I enjoyed going to and all that kind of thing. And then at the end of that semester, they had a position open, a shelving position, which, is a great foot in the door, get to know the library, get to be on staff, get to have a job out of college.
Totally.
And in the interview, one of the people interviewing me said, Ruth, I just think you would be really bored if we hired you for this job. And I don't think she was trying to knock shelvers, because that is one of the most important jobs in a library.
Absolutely.
I think she was just saying she knew my goals were a little more complex than that. But I said, no, please just pay me.
Give me any job in your library, please. Yeah.
And then they did not hire me for that position, but they did reinstitute something they had previously, which was on-call staff. And they hadn't had on-call staff for a very long time, and they offered me like a 5-hour-a-week on-call gig with the possibility of more hours. And then that just kind of snowballed into 10 hours a week, and then into part-time, and then full-time, and then a variety of different positions. I've been there, it'll be 10 years this year now, and I'm now the Teen and Information Services librarian, and during all that, I also got my master's degree in library science, and yeah, my views of librarianship has changed, and my goals in my career have changed, but I've landed in a really good spot, and yeah, it's not everything I thought it would be. It's more, but also things I didn't know about.
Yeah.
It's more complicated than I thought it was going to be, and more like people-centric than I thought it was going to be when I was a kid. But it's been really great, and one of the best things was that now I have a work bestie who I make a podcast with. So
starting now.
So would you share your library journey
I would
with
love
us?
to, and it's not nearly as long as yours, but, give it a few years, and then, well, it will never be as long as yours till you retire and I keep working.
Okay. You're not that much younger than me. I don't think you're ever going to catch up.
No, we'll retire at the same time, and you'll always have more experience.
Yeah.
Although I did work in libraries in college, but not with the thought that I want to become a librarian. Like I said, as a kid, I wanted to be a secretary. That was my dream job. In college, I thought about something in academia, probably just because that's what my parents did. I loved the library. I was a library kid, but it wasn't this is what I'm going to do. But I went to first an even smaller liberal arts college than tiny. And my sister was going there, and she worked in the library, and I got a job in that library as well. So that was my first library working experience, and I loved it. And then I transferred to the same school that Ruth went to.
But after I was there.
After you were there. We did not overlap, because as we've maybe indicated, Ruth is way older than me.
She's decrepit.
Not that old. So yeah, I worked there. Mostly in summers, I worked there in the technical services department. So I got experience processing and repairing books in the basement. Really nerd shit. I spent the summers hidden away in this basement just using... Did you work in tech services there at all, Ruth? And did you use the label printer that they had? It's the Spinograph or something like that.
No, so I worked in periodicals, and sometimes it overlapped with technical services, depending on what needed. The thing I remember doing the most was putting the security strips in hardcover books.
Oh yes,
I freaking loved doing that.
I loved doing that. So yes, that is what I did many hours a day, plus other things. We don't need to get into that, but that was my main experience there. Plus, I worked in the archives during the school year. And then I graduated, and I was purposeless, and I was a nanny for a while, and then a global pandemic happened, and I wasn't doing anything. Did you remember when that happened?
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, then in 2021, I was starting to look. I had applied for library jobs before that because I was I don't know what I want to do, and the only thing I feel comfortable and interested in doing is something in libraries. So I was, that's where my head was at, but as you know, it's hard to get a library job. Yeah. It's not it's competitive, I guess. There just aren't that many jobs. But I landed an on-call position in 2021 at a library, not where we work now, but a close-by library. And then that turned into a 20-hour position. I got another on-call job at another library. And then just over a year ago, I got this job in circulation at the library that we now both work at, because we're work besties, and it's amazing, and it is the library we grew up going to. So yes, our boss is our prior children's librarian, and it's the cutest thing ever. It's
really sweet. And now as an adult, she's not even that much older than us. She's 16 years older than me, but
she's exactly 20 years older.
Yeah.
Now people can do the math, I guess, that we said that.
That's
whatever. Yeah, she's not that old.
She's
but...
probably going to listen to this one day and be like, the hell?
Guys.
There was one time that she and I were at a library event together and someone thought she was my mother, and like that is the most ridiculous thing. If any of you knew who I was talking about, you would just be so perplexed because
that's really funny.
This person was a magician, so it probably just didn't no other discernible skills. We didn't hire him.
Ouch.
He did do a magic trick that I have no idea how he did.
Okay, well, so that brings us to now. We're coworkers, we're work besties, we work at the same library. I am not a librarian yet, but I guess I forgot to mention this, I am getting my Master's of Library Science right now. Yeah. I'm about halfway through, and it's great, except I'm really fucking over doing discussion posts online, and if anyone else is in probably any, remote graduate program, they're also doing endless discussion posts, and you feel my pain, but...
April's getting her degree at the same school that I went to.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going about it in extremely different ways. I did a class at a time and finished in, 6.5 years. I started school the month before I started dating who is now my husband, and then finished after he and I were married.
Got married. Yeah. Yeah. A long time. I'm not going full-time, but a little faster than that. Although it's kind of nice to be in school when you're on the job because you pull all that stuff from school in and you have all these great ideas constantly. And I think people in leadership at the library really like that because they haven't been in school in a long time. The program changes so much over the years. The information landscape is very different. And so it's nice to get to hear about new stuff that's being talked about. Yeah.
Well, and conversely, having a homework assignment and being able to, have access to library resources to finish that homework assignment.
Oh, yeah.
Or if the assignment is, go to a library program, it's really nice for me to be able to be okay, I have 4 programs coming up next week.
Yes.
I'll be at them.
We can talk about them. Yeah, no, definitely. I was doing my cataloging homework and, creating MARC records and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I can just pull MARC records up in our interface and just, basically copy them over. And I know that sounds like cheating, but you're learning the same thing. It literally doesn't matter.
Well, and that's a lot of what we do in a public library is not necessarily creating the records, but
it's mostly copy cataloging anyway. So it's doesn't matter. Okay, so I think we've covered our librarianship journeys pretty well, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a question for you, Ruth.
Yes.
Have you read anything good lately?
Oh my goodness. Yes, I have.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. Well, I read a lot of books, and they're not all great. But I did just recently. I do believe that there are no bad books, but we can get into that at a later time.
Yeah, that's a whole conversation.
I recently was on a committee that chose basically just the best YA books from the past year and then presented those books at a conference, the Oregon Library Association conference. So I've read a lot of really good YA recently, and I would like to tell you about 2 of them. So for the presentation, we kind of thematically lumped our books together. So these are 2 books that are on a theme, and the theme was books that have a rabbit metaphor throughout.
Wait, what?
I know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was really interesting because they turned out to be my 2 favorite books that I read. One is a queer coming-of-age story, really lighthearted, cute little rom-com, and the other is a really intense body horror novel.
Wow.
So being able to, bring them together and for them to have this really random thing in common was really fun.
Wow.
Romance and horror are my 2 favorite genres in general, so they were gonna be my favorite one way or another probably, but I loved being able to link them together. So the first one I want to talk about is by Andrew Joseph Smith, who is... No, Joseph Smith. That's not correct.
I was just gonna say that's...
who's... No.
That's...
Andrew...
That's someone else.
That's someone else. And we'll talk about him later, but...
Probably.
Andrew Joseph White, who is a trans author who... This is his second YA novel. It's called The Spirit Bears Its Teeth. It's about a trans boy named Silas in the 1800s who is having a rough time.
No shit.
Yeah. So it's kind of an alternate London where the veil between our world and the spirit world is very thin, and there are men who speak to the dead. And, you know, these people all have violet eyes. People who can talk to the dead have violet eyes. And Silas is you know, the world sees him as a young woman, and he's being prepared, groomed to be the perfect wife for someone. Because he has violet eyes, so to, like, carry that on to the next generation.
Yeah.
So, obviously he's very resisting of that, and he ends up getting sent to this, like, sanatorium finishing school that young women get sent to if they have any kind of free will, and they kind of beat it out of them, and it's very intense. The perspective of body horror being written by trans people is kind of a genre that's booming a little bit now, but it's a very interesting perspective, because who better to, like, write about the horrors of, like, being in the wrong body.
Totally.
There's not a lot I can say about it without spoiling
No, we don't want to spoil. Just,
but,
like, go read it.
Yeah, go read it. And then the other one's called Imogen, obviously, by Becky Albertalli, who is the author that wrote Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda. And this one, I read it and I was like, oh gosh, I wish I would have had this as a teen, because it was like, you know, a story that isn't new but wasn't, you know, around when I was a teen.
Yeah.
So Imogen is a high school senior who goes to visit her best friend Lily at Lily's university, and Lily kind of pulls her aside and is like, I'm really sorry, but I told my new group of friends that we used to date in high school, because Lily is queer, but she's never had a relationship and just didn't want to, like, deal with that. And Imogen is a great friend, so she goes along with it, but she also considers herself to be the world's best straight ally. And is so, like, lying about her sexuality and, like, maybe discovering some things about her sexuality. So it's got kind of a fun twist on a fake dating trope, and then she's, like, kind of developing feelings for this girl in Lily's friend group, but doesn't know what that means, or doesn't know if, like, do I like this girl because she's really cool and I want to be her, or do I like this girl because maybe I need to, like, sort through my sexuality a little bit more? It's super fun, super light, but with, like, moments of hard, like, coming out processing stuff.
Because that's never just straightforward.
No, it's not a simple thing. No, nothing can be straightforward. So that's what I've been reading recently.
Cool.
What have you been reading recently?
Ruth, I've been reading a lot of science fiction.
Amazing.
So we're just, totally shift the focus. Yeah. Although, actually, both of the science fiction books that I've just read are, you're going to take your Be Real now, because I did that while you were talking.
Yes, and I didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, I know. You're very professional.
It's very professional. We're getting paid for this. No, we're not.
Well, I'll edit this long silence out, don't worry.
Great, go for it.
So I read two very different books. One of them was a recommendation from my dad. Shout out to Dad if you're listening. Hi, Dad, I have some questions for you about the book. I just want to say before I ask these questions, I really enjoyed the book. It is called Crosstalk. It's by Connie Willis, longtime science fiction writer. She's got, like, lots of awards and stuff. Actually, before I get into more about this book, I need to tell you, Ruth, some fun facts about Connie Willis.
Okay.
Her husband's name is Courtney Willis. And
that's amazing.
And they have one daughter, and her name is Cordelia Willis.
Yes.
It's very cute. So anyway, Connie Willis, the book is Crosstalk. I really enjoyed it. It explores a world very much like our own, but kind of the idea of, like, that social media makes us, like, maybe too interconnected.
When was this book written?
It came out in 2016.
Okay.
So it's not, I mean, now it's, like, 8 years old, but it's not like this was in the 70s or something like that.
Right.
No, this is recent. Although it's interesting to me because Connie Willis is in her 70s, and I don't know if it's maybe that I've just forgotten what this sort of social media scene was like already 8 years ago, or if it's that she's older and has kind of a different perception or experience with social media than I do, being decades younger than her. Because it like felt a little off to me, but I'm like, maybe it's just that it's science fiction and I'm expecting something that's a little more futuristic, and it already kind of feels like dated. Like, oh, there's a 9-year-old who's like really active on Facebook. I'm like, what 9-year-old is on Facebook? You know, I'm not even really on Facebook. But despite that, I think it's great. And this is the thing with science fiction, is like, it's always very telling of the era that it was written in, even if it's supposed to be set way in the future. And that's one thing that I really like about the genre, because it's reflecting things about our culture at the time. Okay, but Dad, I have some questions for you about this book. I want to know, Dad, if it felt kind of paternalistic to you, mostly from the antagonist, but also kind of from the love interest. It felt a little like damsel in distress, like he's just kind of like leading her through. But then also, to be fair, she's very much in crisis. I think I forgot to mention about this book that it gets into telepathy.
Yeah, you did
as a
not,
concept.
You did not.
I just mentioned social media. Oh yeah, it's just about social media. Yeah. That's not science fiction. No. So a world where telepathy is possible, basically. Anyway, yeah, there were just times where I'm like, why does this female protagonist, who's like kind of almost in a love triangle, maybe not just like say, I'm dumping you, or like, I don't want to do this. She just kind of like feels led along by men a lot throughout the story. But I also really liked it. So I don't know if it's just realistic to that experience, and maybe more realistic to the experience of a woman who's been around longer and has experienced a world where she had fewer rights too. So I don't know. I had some mixed feelings about part of it, but in the end, I really liked it. Here's my other thing for you, Dad, is, this isn't a question, but just, I need to tell you that if you liked this book, you better not shit on the romance genre, because this book was a romance, which is partly why I wanted to talk to you about it, Ruth, because that's one of your favorite genres, and I think you would really like this book.
I will.
It's very cute.
Excuse me while I...
Yeah, you just go write that down.
Go. Did you read it on Libby?
It's very... Yeah, I listened to it. It's like 20 hours long, but... I was not bored, and I know that's hardly a challenge for you.
No, 20 hours is too long.
You don't like that?
My preferred... Oh, I've seen this one.
It has such, like, meet-cute rom-com vibes, like, the whole thing. It's funny, romantic, I don't know. Okay, I've talked so much about that one. We'll be quick about this other one. It's a much shorter book also. It's called The Mimicking of Known Successes. Actually...
Yes.
Have we talked about this? Or have you read it?
I don't think we've talked about it, but I read it because it's like a queer Holmes and Watson sci-fi. It's great.
It's super fun. So I just came across it when I was like checking in books at the library, immediately checked it out.
I should have told you about it.
Yeah, why didn't you? I'm shocked you didn't tell me about it.
I'm shocked as well.
Okay, well, anyway, it's super fun. It's set on basically Jupiter. The planet's called Giant, so it's like a colony from Earth. Earth became unlivable, so they've settled on Jupiter. So it's a gas planet, but the infrastructure is like they live on, there's like platforms with rails that go between them. So it's very like academic vibes, and there's this investigator, so there's a mystery, but it's science fiction, sapphic romance. It's super cute. I think there's another one coming out soon, or is out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I recommended this to our boss, and I was kind of surprised she hadn't heard about it, but she immediately checked it out and had like finished listening to it the next day, basically. It's a very short book. I'm very much enjoying it, so I do recommend that. Once again, it's The Mimicking of Known Successes by, what's her name? Malka Older. We have talked about on this podcast that we want to get into some of the like theory of library science, because it's something not a lot of people know about. I think not a lot of people even know that you have to have a graduate degree to be a librarian, and that there's a lot of theory and a whole history. So this is a pretty foundational thing that Ruth is going to talk about.
Yeah.
Take it away, Ruth.
Thanks, April. I'm going to talk about the 5 laws of library science, which is kind of an overarching structure for librarianship that was proposed, I don't know how you want to say that, in the 30s, 1931, by an Indian librarian named S.R. Ranganathan. And many librarians kind of use this as a basis for our professional philosophy. I'm sure there are hot takes about it out there somewhere, but I really do, I love the 5 laws, and I think it's a very good kind of general overarching structure for librarianship.
Definitely.
The 5 laws are: books are for use. And this is kind of written at a time when books were seen as more of a sacred object, or, weren't as accessible to create books. So books would get chained up in libraries or hidden behind desks, and it would be harder for patrons to access books. So that's a good reminder for librarians that books are for the patrons' use, and we shouldn't hoard resources because we're scared of them dissipating. Every person, their book, which essentially means every patron that walks into your library, there's a book for them. You just have to help them find it. They might not even know what they're looking for, but we have the skills to help them find it. And then the reverse, every book, its reader, which I have a little bit harder time with this one because we do have to weed books. And I can't just keep every book because you think, oh, well, I can't get rid of this book because one day someone's going to walk in and this is the book they need. But we do have other ways for people to get books, even if we don't have them in our library.
And if someone were to come and say, hey, I want this book, we would get it. We might add it back to the collection and get it in a different way. Right. It's not like us saying, this book is never worth reading again. Yeah.
Save the time of the reader, which essentially is a reminder to us that our job is the patron and that we're there to help them.
Yep.
So we pause what we're doing to help patrons.
That also goes into, accessibility of the library and its resources, whether that's us helping people or just making them sort of independently accessible.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and that's why we work so hard to have catalog computers accessible and signage saying what books are in what aisles. And it's great. I love helping patrons. And you do too. I didn't mean to go we, and then actually April hates people. But we're not always available if we're helping someone else or whatever is going on. So making our collection accessible to every type of patron we can is just a good rule of thumb. And then lastly, the last law is a library is a growing organism. So again, weeding, adding new books.
Keeping up with advancing technology.
Yeah, we can't libraries are not just books anymore, and if we fought to keep them that way, we wouldn't survive. So just the reminder to learn what's going on in the library world and what we can grow and change. And do you have a favorite law of library science?
Oh man, I didn't know you were gonna ask that. I don't know, which one do you have as a tattoo, Ruth? Is it
Every person their book.
Every person their book.
Yeah.
I do really like that one because it feels personal to and goes to back to the concept of libraries are for everyone. That no matter who you are, we will find something that is of interest or useful to you. I also what's the one about keeping things accessible?
Books are for use.
Books are for use. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's just not a way that we would talk about it, or maybe it's just something we take for granted now, but I actually think that's not really the case. And obviously we can get into book banning and all kinds of stuff, but that's pretty important.
Yeah it's the foundation of librarianship.
Did you have anything else you wanted to say about the 5 laws, Ruth?
No.
Okay, great.
But I would at some point like to do some exploration of hot takes on the 5 laws, because like I said, I am sure that people disagree with these, and I want to
know why and how. Well, next episode we can do a little follow-up on the 5 laws.
Love that.
And see what people are saying on Reddit. Okay, we've got a really fun segment up next. Are you ready for this one?
Yes, I am.
I am pretty excited because we're going to do a BuzzFeed quiz now. Many hours have been in my youth spent on taking BuzzFeed quizzes. This one's special, though. This quiz is called Which Fictional Librarian Are You? Feel free to play along with us. Ruth, you said you wanted to guess what you were going to get.
I want to guess what I'm going to get.
Okay.
I want more than anything to be Rachel Weisz in The Mummy.
The Mummy. That's what you want. Is that actually your prediction of what you're going to get? Not to be a downer.
I don't... Well, the other fictional librarians I can think of are not as fun, so I would like to think that I'm, like, more fun than Jimmy Stewart's wife in It's a Wonderful Life when he doesn't exist and her worst life is to be the librarian.
I feel like I am not familiar with enough fictional librarians to make a prediction.
There's them. There's also Barbara Gordon.
Oh, there's Marion the librarian.
Oh, yeah.
I love her.
Okay, so we've named 4 fictional librarians.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Okay, do you want to be Marion? Is that what you're hoping?
Maybe. Okay. I don't want to marry the Music Man, but, like, Marion is, like, radicalizing the young women of River City, and that's great. I just have to say this, I didn't realize this was not a BuzzFeed quiz. I don't want to misrepresent.
It's a BuzzFeed-esque. It's the genre of BuzzFeed quiz, but it is from Book Riot.
It's a Book Riot quiz, just if anyone's looking on BuzzFeed for this quiz and not finding it. Okay. Someone has an overdue book that is 20 years late. What do you do?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, definitely. Well, I'm
gonna go with books come and go. Don't worry about it. What did you...
I'm going forgive and forget. It's better to have the book and the person back at the library than incurring a penalty, which is why, in general, I think we've gone fine free and stuff. Just to take it back to...
Yeah, take it back to our job.
Our job.
Okay, the next question is, a patron comes to you asking for forbidden knowledge, like raising the dead or love potions. What do you do? Those things don't actually exist, so...
Decide that not only will you give it to them, but you'll read it and learn together.
Oh, that's cute.
Ruth, our job is to provide knowledge to those who seek it. We're not gatekeepers. That's the correct answer. What did you choose?
That is what I'm choosing, because I'm trying to think about this in terms of what I would actually do. This is not like a fantasy. This is like what I would do if someone came to me at the library. Yeah.
It's not outside the realm of possibility that we would get that query.
Someone is talking too loud in the library. It's probably me. I mean, it depends. Has another patron complained? If another patron has complained, I would choose one of these.
Yeah.
If they're just chilling and they have a loud voice.
Yeah. What's your library pet / familiar? Well,
we're not allowed.
We do have one who would love to live at our library. She hangs outside.
See, just the sparrows and pigeons that snuck in.
We do also have bird problems. When you find a mysterious text in a language you know. Do you read it aloud?
Probably. How do you feel about people eating in the library? Oh, boy. My answer is different than our library policy, but...
Mine is, too.
Yeah, okay.
A patron tells you that they are looking for a romance with the word love in the title and a red cover. What do you say or do? This kind of thing happens all the time.
Yeah, that's not out of the realm of possibility.
You cackle for 5 minutes? Why
would
that's
you do
terrible.
That one. It's story time at the library. You are facing 15 toddlers right before lunch. Nary a parent in sight. What do you do? None of this is in my job description.
Same.
I wouldn't do any of these things.
The last one?
I might do that one.
Yeah.
Let someone else handle the situation.
What is an acceptable bookmark?
I haven't made a choice yet.
Oh, hurry up! Library-sanctioned bookmark. I like that. We do give out a lot of bookmarks.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Absolutely not. God, no.
I've found a taco in a book before, like a Taco Bell taco.
Oh, I have found some things you would not like to hear about. Okay, I made a choice.
I mean, you were putting a display of books together around any theme you desire. What's the theme? Oh, hell yeah.
But there's just 4 options. Byzantine history and maps, history of horse racing, Latin American crime noir, and dark magic.
I'm going dark magic.
Yeah, me too. What do you wear to work every day?
Cardigan. It's closing time.
I don't wear any of the... Okay,
Where
fine.
do you go?
To the bar with you.
Yeah, to one specific bar that I go to almost
you never
every
leave the
day.
Oh, did you see my Teams post about that little patron who thought that our children's librarian lives at the library?
I didn't get Marion. I don't even know who this is.
Who did you get?
Marley Harris.
Okay. We got the same thing.
From Peach Coast. We're too similar.
Mystery, I know. We say this all the time.
Library mystery series.
We're like the same person.
I am a librarian from the big city who has come to small town. That's not a good sentence to start a new life. You love your job and eagerly ask everyone if they have a library card. You are loyal to your friends and show confidence in yourself, even if murder makes you a little queasy. That does seem to be a good general description.
Pretty accurate. I mean, neither of us came from the big city because we both came from
the small city where we work. But
okay. Well, that's fun.
That's fun.
Yeah, if anyone who's listening, if anyone out there is listening to this podcast and decided to take this quiz,
let us know.
You can how. I assume.
Oh well, maybe we
were gonna. I forgot to do this ahead of time because we're really recording this before we have a lot of stuff in place. But I think we're gonna get an email address that people can email us at, and probably like some social media presence.
Sure,
that we can post.
That seems like a good idea.
I know, yeah. Okay, so our closing segment. We're gonna take a listener query, and I'd like to say like if you have a query, to send it to us, but like to where? So next time we'll hopefully have that in place. But
for now you can think about what you want to ask.
You want to ask. So I have a friend who sent in some queries because we're friends, and I can bug them to send me things. Was there a specific one from that list that you wanted to answer, Ruth? Or
we could talk about like the average age of our coworkers.
Oh, yeah.
I like the idea of maybe like giving people a little insight to the demographics of people that work for libraries.
Totally.
At least in our like small 25,000 person town.
Yeah. I'm close to being the youngest person.
Yeah, but you're not.
At our library, but I'm not.
And we just hired a summer intern, so you're super not.
That's true. We have a teen every year, so teens can be working in the library. I think that our youngest regular employee is 25? I think 26.
Mid-20s.
Mid-20s.
And our oldest employee is like mid-60s.
Yeah. So basically retirement. There's a really broad range. I do think that a lot of people like they get in libraries and they work in libraries forever because it's awesome.
Well, and we get, I want to but we get really good benefits too, like working for a city government.
Yes.
Like it's
which I'm
nice.
Sure varies by city, but a lot of them are pretty solid.
And there's we have about 18 employees, not, a mix between on-call, full-time, and part-time. It is mainly women.
Yes.
We have one man.
One man on our staff.
And we value him very much.
Yes. This is pretty typical of the field.
Yes.
We
used to have 2 men.
That's true.
One is now the city manager.
There are 3 men at the other library I work at. I don't know what they're doing.
Crazy.
But yeah, a lot of white women in the field, especially.
Yeah.
Do we want to do one more question? A short one, which is... I don't know if I just phrased it this way or she did, but how many books in there? Meaning in our library.
Yeah. I recently did a tour at the library and I dug out some of those numbers, and I think what I remember, with the caveat of maybe this is wrong, we have about 80,000 books at our library, but if you include non-book items in the library, it's close to 100,000. But if you count our consortium, so we're connected to, 17 other libraries that will send items on a courier truck, it's like 1 million. And that doesn't include our digital resources. That I'm trying to make eye contact with the microphone. I don't want to be impolite.
It has a face.
It does have a little face.
It does have a little face. Great. Yeah, it's a lot of items.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of stuff you get access to.
And also, if you come to us and you want a specific book that's not in the system, we have ways of getting that too. So, for the most part, if there's a book that you want, we can get it.
We can get it. We can get anything.
Anything.
All right, well, in closing, Ruth, real quick, what's up next on your reading list? What are you reading right now?
Yeah, I'm reading, I'm 75% done with, it's called Vows by Rebecca Ross. It's the second book in a duology that I read the first book for my presentation. The first book is called Divine Rivals, and it's the biggest YA book in the past couple of years, so it's low fantasy, rivals to lovers.
Fun.
I really like it. It's just a fun little fantasy romance, got a lot of angst and, you know, all the stuff you want.
We love that.
What are you reading?
I am reading Against the Loveless World, which is for a little book group that I have joined that Jessica is running. You can join it, right?
Oh, yes.
You saw about that. It's
Cody was telling me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's by... I'm going to butcher this name, and this is why I see every time we should be looking up the names ahead of time, but Susan Abulawa. And it is, it's a 2020 Palestine Book Awards winner. It's a fiction book about a Palestinian woman who is in prison. She's in solitary confinement. I just started it, so I don't have that much to say, but it's really good so far. I'm listening to the audiobook. I'm excited. Read along. Join us.
If we had an email address, I would say at this point, let us know what you're reading next, dear listener, but
we can't do
think
that.
about it for next time.
So instead, in closing, I guess we should say thanks to Wesley for the suggestion for the name of our podcast, because we were having a really hard time coming up with something. So thank you for that. Thank you for listening to our podcast.
All 4 of you.
And and don't forget
to head into the library.
Yeah, of course. Postscript. I just wanted to say thank you to Louis Zong for the use of our theme song. It's called Curly. Please check out his music. It's wonderful. And another thank you to Lauren for the cover art for our podcast. She did say she is not available to do anyone's cover art for anything else ever again. Thanks, Lauren.